So this market's a little bit messy at the moment, but we are talking about a couple of tokens that we might be super early on as well. So on top of this token here, I'm going to make sure you guys leave this with a complete Bitcoin setup. You're going to have multiple altcoin setups that you can action and take today. So let's go. And remember, as always, hit that like, hit the bell, and hit the subscribe. And I'm missing James at the moment here, but guess who's here? It's Monday. We got Chaos in the house. He's bringing us some indicator alpha and some indicator action. We're obviously going to talk about the current dump that we just had in the markets. And look at the timing of this gentleman arrives with his green shirt. How dare you? How dare you, sir?
We need some help to reverse the market. This is
getting changed. He was getting changed.
You can. Okay. I've just gone. I long BTC on that flush. I've just taken a stop on it again. Are we going to reload? We're going to look now, guys. Okay, we're going to take. We're probably going to end up taking a couple of trades together here on the show. Okay, so brace yourselves because that was an absolute dog show. Let's talk banter bubbles. What do we need to say? Asta going to zero, negative 24%. Virtuals in my buy zone right now. I'm underwater. And I've been buying this one frantically. Hopefully that is going to bounce for me there. Everything else looks pretty messy at the moment, unless your name is Hash on the right-hand side here, or Zcash, which is basically part of this narrative that we obviously talking about at the moment. Now, he pulled out the hamper. What hamper are we talking about here at the moment in the chats? Now, let's look at oh, no, fuck me. I've just taken the stop on BTC, and it is now reversing. Okay, boys, are we long? What's your indicator telling you there? Are we long or are we short?
I've got a few buy signals flashing now.
On BTC?
I'll go to BTC. Hold on.
We can go again. We can go again. But I've already taken a stop here on this thing. So the exit will be closed under 105.120. Okay. While Chaos fiddles around on his 10 or 15 minute indicators there, he can let us know. Possible bounce coming. Fuck, that is annoying on BTC. Okay. So 105.120. Is the support that we can use. We can see we are heavily oversold currently on the 2 hour. And what I was looking for earlier today was a drop into the 786 fib over here. And that I wanted to see print bullish divergence. Now, this is obviously still on the table. If we do get this move up now and they do push it a little bit, we are going to see 2 hour bullish divergence start playing out here on BTC. Chaos, are we good? Are we good, sir? Are we good? Are we long? Are we long?
We are. I think we're long. We haven't got the signal yet, but everything looks like it's preparing to long. So I'm long. Okay.
It was messy, guys. It was messy. I mean, you can see. I'm in a bit of a war zone here. I had to hit a couple of stops here. It's starting to look like a Christmas tree at the moment. After that quick sell off there. So let's see if we can have a round number 2 here after taking a hit on this asshole here. Let's go long BTC. We'll open a starter position here. If we lose these lows, guys, I'm going to start clipping this thing again. Okay, so hype. Hopefully, hype is moving because. Fuck, I mean, that was a rough ride there. What are we? I'm negative $500, but I've got 22K now. I've been buying into the bounce zone that I gave you guys yesterday. We're going to talk about that. Now, let's finish BTC. Okay, so 105.120. We have finally taken out our weekend low that we were staring at for so long. And we were saying it was inevitable at some point they were going to come and rinse us here and flush this thing out. Now, the question is, can we get a little bit of bounce out of BTC? Let's look at a couple of downside areas. Obviously, this wick now is a reality for us. Why? You know, they've come here, they've done all this work. Maybe we get a short-term bounce, but this wick now at the 103K zone is now a reality. So how do we go about getting to this wick? Well, I would assume we get some kind of short-term push to the upside. And for me, 107.5, that is going to be the big danger zone now. That's a possible short into 103.5, that type of region in that area. Then a little bit higher up, we've got 109K. So these are going to be the danger zones for me. These are the rejection zones that you guys need to watch. And I'm waiting for the Asia market to open. My God, that Asia market last night was disgusting. I actually don't know. It was just like multiple 2 hour candles of rinsage, basically, looking at that story. Okay, so guys, as we stand now, 103.5 on the table for me. Short-term bounce. You can see I've taken the long again. 105.100. Close under there is probably a good exit plan. Upside 107.5. 109K. That is what we're going to be looking at there for BTC. Okay, let's get into some of the important stuff. Now, obviously, the big thing here is the lickies, because we had a very quiet lickies yesterday, and we've just hit 1.1 billion. Now, anybody know what is going on in the news at the moment? Do we know what caused the dump? I mean, surely, James, it can't be this court situation with Trump. Surely
that's
not.
massive news. That court date is on Wednesday. If they lose, all of the tariff money collected to date must be returned immediately.
But we know this. But
the court case is this week. So de-risking into the potential of the government now being hundreds of billions of dollars in debt, right? The decision's Wednesday. Trump's tweeting about it. It's all over all the news. It's everywhere.
Okay, well, guys, 1 billion lickies. This was basically me in the middle of the night. I don't know who else did that, but now it's just happened again. So anybody who was sleeping now just had to deal with pretty much the same situation. But I made that exact face. In fact, if this guy had a beard, that would be me. A couple of hours ago, I made literally that face. So that was pretty messy. And it's pretty weird considering, and we covered this yesterday, we got a lot of bullish news on the markets at the moment. And this China tariff deal is obviously a major situation here. And there's obviously a lot of upside for things like NVIDIA as well, funnily enough. So these two are friends again. Look at them. They're holding hands. They're loving each other. They're both wearing blue suits. Things are looking good, looking good there. And pity they're rinsing us. Now, Jensen Huang says the trade deal between Trump and Xi ensures that NVIDIA can continue to compete in China's market. Now, we know NVIDIA is the big dog on the S&P, and obviously a strong NVIDIA tends to help things and does a lot of heavy lifting. So that is obviously good news. We did touch on that. Their previous earnings was excluding any China sales and things like that. So now they can transact again with all their good stuff. I think it was the H20s or whatever they called them. And now things are going to obviously look a little bit better there.
And also had PMI came in this morning, That was just an hour ago, and it was lower than expected, which technically is good for crypto, but it's too low and sparks recessionary fears. So that's going to be definitely adding to this. Well, I don't know how much of a catalyst.
Of recessionary fears, the majority of Americans now live in areas already in a recession. 88% of the US population lives in states that are going through an economic downturn. But guys, hey, S&P all-time highs, it's all is well, isn't it, on paper? So yeah, that's not a good look at the moment in terms of that. So S&P hardly sneezed now today, okay? And I see Matty says 𝗨𝗪𝗧, the only thing not double-digit red. Yeah, we're going to talk about 𝗨𝗪𝗧 here, guys. So S&P, hardly breathes. Look at that. 6,760, guys, no changes. That's going to be my long zone on the S&P, waiting patiently for that situation. So a couple of things on stocks. Now, we're talking about some of the game in today. In fact, no, Palantir isn't part of the game, man. And we're going to talk. We've got Palantir earnings today, and we've got a hero in our midst, because Chaos is still in that Palantir trade that he gave us a week ago, 2 weeks ago. He's still riding this thing here at the moment. What's happening?
It was a while back. Sorry, by the way, my internet's bad, but it was we've spoken about this for the last 3 or 4 weeks. But the one from, I think it was 7 or 14 days ago, I'm still in it, and we're halfway to TP.
So only halfway. So here's the question, because we have Palantir earnings today. Okay, the earnings are coming out today, and I want to play the earnings lottery here. Who wants to play earnings Russian roulette with me today?
I'm in.
Okay, so are you expecting bullish earnings for Palantir? Are you expecting earnings to be better? Or are you expecting earnings to be worse? Bearing in mind there was FUD not too long ago. What are you expecting at the moment?
Knowing my luck, worse. However, the charts don't lie, and we're halfway to TP. So let's just assume better, and we'll keep going.
Better, James? Better or worse?
I don't know, man. Everything's so bad right now. Let's say better.
Not helping me right now. Okay, let's ask the audience. Okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna play earnings roulette now on BTCC. So literally, what I love to see before earnings is a pump on tokens. Palantir obviously outperforming. This thing is ripping north. So the question is, are we going to look for a short here? But bearing in mind, earnings are after hours, so we could get that gap down, or we could get that gap up and get absolutely wrecked. So let me know in the chats what you guys think we should be doing here. James is going to take a look there and hopefully do some counting, do some maths, and then we're going to figure out if we're going to play the game. Kyle says XRP dropped like the shit it is. Yes, it was the most fantastic short in history, and I closed half on the 618. 618. I mean, I can't believe I did that. And it capitulated even lower. And no, it was absolute filth. But I'm looking forward to the next XRP short opportunity again. Okay. And so James going to dig around in the chats here. We got some time. Okay. We'll play the roulette. Maybe when Chaos is giving us some charts here, we can still look in the chats and see what the guys want us to do. Okay. There's a lot of guys calling short here. I'm open to anything, guys. I'm open to anything right now. I'm in one of those moods. Okay. Now, 𝗏𝗧𝗃, I don't know if I'm open to this. 𝗏𝗧𝗃 says, fuck crypto, fuck altcoins. We're in a bear market. Look at the chart he gives us. I mean, if anyone's feeling a little bit bearish, 20K, 30K, he's now targeting here. And I mean, again, it begs the question, like, can this guy actually tell us how he really feels, instead of like holding back like this at the moment? So he's basically sending us to 30K at the moment, and he's pulled out a chart from 1920. Some guy drew on a piece of paper. So yeah, I mean, everything's possible. But what is notable here is the amount of bearish attitude that we are seeing in the market at the moment. Okay, so in terms of our big levels that we need to pay attention to, 106K, here it is there on the 3-day. That is still in play for us. You can see there's our wick there at 103. Don't really want to go there. And then our big level, guys, 100 to 98K. That is going to be another long zone. If it happens quickly, well, it's going to be messy, but at least we know where we can be a little bit longer on BTC. Okay, so far round number 2 is holding up. Okay, so we got 1075, 1089 is what we're looking at. Okay, let's go, guys. So today, what you're going to get here is we're talking about, obviously, this privacy narrative. I mean, everybody knows about it. We're talking about Zcash, we're talking about ZK, and even 𝗀𝗁𝗃, believe it or not, has done a pivot into some kind of privacy situation. So if we've got time, we'll cover that. Then I've got alt setups for you. Pump got absolutely rinsed on that one. Hype is in the zone. Virtual is in the zone. We're going to cover these things because if we're going to get a bounce, this is hopefully where we're going to get them. So you're going to leave here with some alt setups, and Chaos has got 2 setups for us coming in as well. Is that correct, sir?
I've got 3, but I've got a dodgy internet. I apologize. I'm trying.
You've got 3 entries and a dodgy internet. And okay, that's fine. So here's our Licky's heat map. We can see, I mean, every time I look at this and say the liquidity's been taken to the downside, they figure out a way to take more and to dump it again and again and again. And it's so offensive because, I mean, if you look at this, they've done 1 billion again, like on a random Monday. Like, we had such a quiet weekend. Like, everyone was relaxed. They come and do 1 billion again. I mean, I'm a little bit offended, actually. I mean, it's like, it's not great. Okay, so let's talk about altcoins. We're going to go into these things now, but I thought this was important to share with you guys. Top 10 chains by DeFi TVL 3 years ago. So 2022, look at the boss. ETH, BNB, Tron, AVAX. Okay, top 4, top 5, Matic. Can you believe Matic? Now look at it, 2025, we got ETH, we got Sol, we got BNB, we got Bitcoin. Look at that, okay? And Matic is nowhere to be found, and we got Coinbase sitting at number 5. So things have changed a bit. Look at Hyperliquid there coming in number 9 as well, and Tron dropping a couple of places, but there's no doubt ETH obviously still the big dog. But interesting to see. I actually can't believe Matic was sitting there. Who used Matic?
Crazy. Like, who's still got Matic? That's the question.
I tried it once and I was like, what is this dog shit? I cannot work on this thing. It was horrible. So anyway, long may it rest in peace. Now, in terms of bouncing, guys, and outperforming BTC, there were 2 zones earlier, and I was quite happy just now in chart as we saw a rejection on that VWAP, and things started looking a little bit better, and I blinked, and then we flushed out, and then the dominance pumped again. So now we are in a rejection zone again. This is our possible alt strength zone, and you can see we are rejecting, and these alts might be giving us a little bit something here at the moment. And here's USDT dominance, literally in the bounce now, cut it off zone, but inverse. Okay, it needs to reject right here. So we've got Bitcoin dominance at resistance. We got USDT dominance at resistance. We got Bitcoin on support. We've got things like Hype on support, things like that. So possible bounce incoming here on these altcoins. And in KD9 says 1 billion dump is the new normal. My God, but it's like it's heavy. 1 billion is like, it's rough. Look at this, guys. Bitcoin dominance. This is the type of chart that I love to see. When Bitcoin dominance pushes to the highs on the 4-hour RSI heat map, and all the altcoins have shat the bed, moving to the lows on the 4-hour RSI heat map. So this is a much better look now in terms of anybody trying to get long and things like that. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, the worst thing to ever hear from someone is like, oh, a flush is healthy. No, you get fucked up. When you're in it, you lose all your money, but it's not healthy. It's mentally not good for you. But in terms of getting a flush, well, here we are. Dominance pushing up to the rejection zone, alts dropping down into heavily oversold territory, and possibly we are going to get some kind of reversal there. Oh, a little reset there. So look, we can see the dominance dropping down and these alts starting to bounce a little bit at the moment. Now, on our RSI heat map here, let's just see. ARK is still at the highs, but it has reversed. And I did drop the short idea in the chart hackers earlier. I've got limit sell sitting at 24 at the moment. So I am looking for one more push on this ARK, and then possibly a rejection. So guys, if you want to play the 4-hour heat map casino with me, 24 is where I do have my reversal or my sell order sitting there waiting. Okay, so ARK's in play. Chaos, you've got a similar chart. You tracking this as well?
I am indeed.
Any other comment on this ARK situation?
Yeah, listen, I'm on the 2-hour, and hopefully you can hear me, all right? I'm on the 2-hour, and to be honest with you, we've got a crazy Darth Maul style candle coming up on the 2-hour. I just want to see a collection back to the upside of that wick, collect the orders, just push a tiny bit more, and then get the move down.
So you
the
like
limit order
24?
Yeah. I gave a very similar entry as well. I think your entry is perfect, and I think it still stands.
Okay, guys, so 24 on ARK. If you want to have a crack, this is a low leverage, small position situation. You leave big wide stops, you let these things breathe, and then hopefully if you get that nice rejection, you get a monster sell, 20-30%, something along those lines. We've obviously had some great results over the last while. Now, Max Fear out there says, Mumo Evans, let's talk. Now, we've had a big sell-off in the market, and obviously the big dog on the alts, we need to pay attention. So the first thing you need to do is actually zoom out and say, where are we in the bigger context here? We spend a lot of time zoomed in on ETH. And taking a look at this, you can see here's our big zone for ETH at the moment, 3,600 down to 3,400. So you can see there's our 200-day MA, there's our rising trend. So in terms of big areas, we actually still okay on ETH. Okay, so for now, that is fine in terms of anyone holding spot, low margin, low leverage situations. And you can see we got failing divergence on the daily. And what's going to happen here is that's just going to print some more. So if we get another bounce, we're going to get another spider web here. And these are quite strong signs that there is going to be some kind of shift. I don't know if it's all Bitmine buying all of these things at the moment, but yeah, they are trying to do something here to hold this price up at the moment. If things fall over, guys, we're looking at 3,000 next. But right now, all you need to worry about this week so far, 3.6 to 3.4, no changes on that one. In terms of Sol, here we are again, zoomed out on Sol onto the 12-hour. There's two big zones for me, and I was saying earlier in the chart hackers, we saw a lot of altcoins giving us a head and shoulders. We had a lot of this type of situation on many altcoins that I picked up today, because on Mondays I do my higher time frame setups, and we saw these things potentially playing out, and now they have started obviously playing out. And the first levels here, 168, and a little bit lower down, we've got 157 into 155 for Sol. So these are your reaction zones. But right now, you know, I'd say if we get a bounce in the market on Solana, it's quite a simple play, and I'll tee you guys up quite nicely with a short if we do get some strength in the market. But it's pretty simple what we want to do here. All you're looking for is this pump up into that horizontal and 200-day. So for me, it's pretty clear here, 179 into about 182 could be a really nice short zone now for Sol after that sell-off. So if we pump up, you look for a visit back into the range, and then you're looking for that rejection there on Sol. Okay, so short-term bounce here potentially, and then you're looking for that 179 to 182 rejections there on Sol, and that possibly takes you lower if they're gonna be like that. Okay, if these guys are gonna be like that. And I see Concha says wife left Movember. Wife left. That's not bad. That's not a bad one. Okay, so guys, you got ETH, you got Sol. Remember, these charts, they go into the 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗧 Discord directly after the show for you guys. You'll have access to all of them. And Mondays is a big day in the 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗧 Discord. All these high time frame levels, which would nicely come into play now after that sell-off, are sitting in my channel in the Discord there for you guys. Andy member, I like that too. And enemy Yani, I can't even read that. Enemy Lily Lani. Hello world. And how's the AR shorts? Haven't seen that one yet. What else we got here? Monday dump. Rest of the week bullish. I mean, fair comment. Let's see the level of rinsage here. How badly am I getting rinsed here? Okay, so hype is starting to claw its way up. BTC is up. The long is up. Okay, ZK is coming alive here. Pump. I had to start a new pump position after getting rinsed, so that is turning green. Link. I'm under pressure, but we got a link conference coming this week, so I've been trying to just hold on to that position. Oh, ZEC. How's that monster pump? That thing's turned monster green here in a couple of minutes. Aero also under pressure there. Brett short. Yeah. I mean, that ended up printing nicely. XRP, I closed half, as you can see, and virtual slowly making a comeback here. But the big one for me is hype. I really want that one to start playing up. And obviously, PMG George says Bull Moon. Let's not forget, it is Bull Moon. And what was that other one, James? Mercury retrograde?
Mercury retrograde that Alex was talking about, as well as, and Thursday is the actual Bull Moon hit, I think, isn't it?
Yes. So, guys, I suppose bearish Monday, we could get a little bit bullish, yeah. But let's go one step at a time. So let's talk narratives now. Obviously, I spoke about this privacy narrative, and the big one that everyone is talking about is obviously Zcash. And Tyler D summed it up really nicely. Crypto's 5 horsemen of Q4 2025. And funny enough, I've been covering the bulk of these tokens over the last few weeks, and they've always been some good go-to plays for me. Hype and Pump, love trading those. Virtual's been a great trade lately, so why not? Let's follow these narratives. So it's privacy, it's 𝗏𝗏 for decentralized AI, it's hype for perps, Pump for meme coins, and virtuals for robotics now. Okay, and that X402 and any other narrative you could possibly come up with, somehow virtual seems to be involved. Okay, so let's touch on Zcash quickly. And Chaos, don't go in hiding there. Why are you running away? Don't run away. Don't run away. What are you bringing us? Which tokens are you bringing us?
𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Want to confirm a few things with hype. I've got SQD and ARC.
Okay, geez. Okay, there's good stuff. Okay, so SQD, and we're gonna tag team on this 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and hype. I think this is the perfect opportunity for us to combine our skills and see what we can get. Okay, so guys, in terms of Zcash higher time frame, the target I spoke about on the show last night, 587 is, it was last week, but 587, that is what we're looking at there. That thing is starting to take off. And in terms of bounce zones, well, we can't say we didn't give the opportunity there at 373. Okay, look at that, taps the 0.5 and off she goes now. And Zcash is actually flying here. So let's just try and get our heads around this situation. And did anybody have an order ready waiting? Did anybody get a piece of the Zcash? So 373 was the zone of interest. Maybe this thing does cook a little bit more. So we know the full target for this guy is 587. And right now, guys, if you're sitting in the position, let's take a look at this. And if you are trading a breakout or anything along those lines, let's just try and structure this a little bit so we know what support we can use. And because I'm about to add to the Zcash here in case we are going to get a bigger move. So let's pull out, let's take a look here at what is going on. And we can see we've had a little breakout. So you can see immediately your support that you can use is going to be this region here, 397. So what you want to do is make sure it's going to hold the bull zone. So you go fibs, low to highs. You want to watch 382 and you want to watch your 0.5 fib. You want to make sure that Zcash is going to hold this region, okay, between the two fibs over there. Let's just highlight that. And then you want to bang out your VWAP from the lows. So let's slap that one in there. Bang. And there you go. So there's your bull zone, and that ties in really nicely here for us. So Zcash, we've got 400 and 395. So anywhere 400 and 395 is going to be your degen support. If you start closing underneath that, maybe you want to start cutting. Maybe it is going to roll over a little bit here. So let me just add a little bit to this thing. Nice to have something turn green nice and quickly there for us. And let's just add a bit here. So I want to keep my entry below that 400 as much as possible. Let's see where this takes me. Hopefully not too high. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so 392 now is my average entry. So this means I'm below, my entry is below that current support. So at least gives me a chance. And if we do drop back to 400, I can add a little bit more in case there is some kind of bounce here. Okay, so right now just saving a little bit of money in the tank here, and we can add if we do drop back into that region. Okay, so that is
Dash doing the same thing, eh? Dash
is Dash also ripping at the moment. Oh, it's this privacy narrative. I wonder, didn't Run just cover that as well? I think he's been covering it on his show.
I think so.
Okay, so that explains a lot. Okay, so look, I think he's doing quite a detailed show about fundamentals around this stuff. Okay, but guys, Zcash, obviously that's the big one. It's looking good. We're going to cover ZK as well in a couple of minutes here. And I see XMR is also pumping and throwing in the 𝗨𝗪𝗪, says Dan. Let's look at 𝗨𝗪𝗪, and what we can see is happening here. Chaos. We've printed bearish divergence. 525 to 540 was the short zone. We printed bearish divergence. This thing looks like dog shit on the higher time frame. Can you give us your chart and tell us what happens next year, sir?
I can. I'm on the much lower time frame. Can you bring my chart
Look
up?
at Rodo. Rodo's flirting with you. Rodolfo.
Oh, lovely.
Nice to have you.
20.
Sir.
Yes.
Come and hang out with us.
Can he come and hang again? 20, man. That's cool.
But look at his photo in his suit. He's also looking like 20. Okay.
He's a lot smarter than I am. Okay, so I'm on.
Let's see what you got here.
Okay, so I'm on the 2 hour. Now, listen, obviously, earlier on today, I was looking at this for a level. And of course, we got a wick that just pinged it, in fact. And this is the 618 from the low. So on the basis that the market does look like a bit of dog shit, it's quite weak. I'm actually looking a little bit further down. We've got an awful lot of support here from VWAPs to the QR. And we've got our 786 at 422. So what I did have originally was this, which was an entry at 446. It didn't actually ping it on my exchange. It was $1 higher, so I'm not even in yet. What I've now done is I've now placed a stink bid because 𝗨𝗪𝗪 hasn't really shit the bed. And I'm assuming that we do get another push down and then we get on the 2 hour the divergence form. Therefore, I'm actually looking at 425, which is a kick in the nuts. But you know what? It's the 786.
I see it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, look, this thing's had a really bullish bounce here. I'm a little bit upset as well. That wick was a thing of beauty. Jeez, I feel like we've missed the boat here now. This thing's flying. So if it comes back at 525 is your, oh god, this thing is ripping.
Look at it go. The market maker's definitely watching your show, bro. Definitely.
Oh my god. Okay. So I need something else to long. I mean, we got the Bitcoin long. Okay, that's cool. Round 2. Okay, we got ZK, guys. We can try and long ZK quickly if you guys want to do that. So you've got your entry there on 𝗨. Is there like anything else? Like, is there a big exit plan for you on this thing? What are you looking at? Where does this thing reject?
So listen, here's the thing, right? If 𝗨 goes on a proper run and we start hitting these highs again, that's my target level. Partly for the premium zone, partly for the order blocks that have been left here after this wick, and partly because of the liquidity that's up here. So I'm actually looking to really hit the 525 region again. I mean, look at this. From that point there, we've actually bounced 8%, which is quite crazy really, when it missed my entry by a frigging $1, which is quite frustrating really. So if we don't come back, then this thing's going to start marching back up to 525, 530, and that would have been my target if I was in.
Okay. Got you, guys. Let's look at a quick entry here. And yes, Tishan, look, you haven't missed Zcash because, I mean, like if you want to grab it, you got to use 400. That's your support that you are watching. 400 is your safest support that I can give you. Right now, you can see it's at resistance. We got to see what happens when all the fluff dies down. But right now, 400, 395, that is going to be your support there on that guy. There's 𝗨𝗪𝗪. I agree with Chaos that 525, a little bit low. Sorry, 425, a little bit lower. You got some nice horizontals there. That wick offends me, by the way. Let's talk entries. Here's ZK. Okay, so it's in the zone from yesterday. We see Dash pumping. We see Zcash pumping. ZK has bled down all day into our entry zone 0046, and this is our possible bounce zone here on the ZK. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add a little bit more onto the ZK, because now we're finally getting our move here. And let's see if this now is going to hold, not 35,000. Let's just like, you know, calm the farm. We'll go 3,500 here that we're adding on. Okay, so yeah, that's looking good, guys. That was an entry I gave you yesterday on the show. And just to reaffirm where we are, this is our macro 382 50-day MA as well coming into play. So this is why I like that area for a possible bounce play. It's still very early days. If you need an exit zone and this thing starts shitting the bed, these are your exit options. Double 4, you can cut. You close below 434, you can cut, or you close below 409, you can cut. So these are your cut options. If the market starts falling over, degens, decide what works for you. Okay, these are your reasonable exit zones where you can look back and say you actually gave this token a bit of a chance here to give a bit of a run. Okay, so long ZK, those are your options to exit at the moment. And let's go hype quickly and look at that. We've dropped into our entry box finally. Okay, remember these when entries, you think they're never going to come, and then all of a sudden they just drop into the zone. Now, Chaos, you had some thoughts on hype as well from earlier today. What are we on the same page here with entries and things like that?
We are. I am in this zone, and I do have a second backup zone as well. So once you...
Okay, let's take a look. So guys, the entry for hype it's still in the box, 39.7. This thing pushed all the way down to 38.5, just above the stop zone there. So this box that you see on your screen, this is the entry zone right now. So you can nibble around in that area and looking for some kind of reversal at some point. That looks horrible. On the 2 hour. Let's take a look at Chaos's backup zone here on hype quickly and see what he's got for us.
Yeah, so just very quickly, fib high, low to high, we've got a 786 down here at 37 basically. I think we'll be okay, and we get the bounce that you've called. Looking at the cash flow, we have come down, we are leveling off, and once we level off, money starts to flow back in. So as long as that happens sooner rather than later and this continues, we should, in theory, start to gain some levels. That would have been our low. We start to make some levels back. If everything goes wrong and we lose this level, which is 38, my next zone, which is the 786, is basically $36.85.
Okay, so guys, remember the deal here. You always want to have some kind of backup plan, because there's nothing worse than getting stopped in a situation and it drops into the next zone that you knew would have bounced, and then you don't have ammo or you're not in the position. Okay, so always have your backup plan. Be ready. Know where you are reacting next, okay, because that often helps then with that bounce. And always just have a plan, guys. Watch the show every day. This is where the plans come from. And yes, still got that Z8. Nice, Matthew. Very nice. Someone's paying attention in class. I like that.
Nice.
Okay, so here's pump, guys. We can see absolutely shat the bed. I had to take quite a big stop on pump. I didn't enjoy it. Didn't make my day pleasing, but you can see we are getting a bounce on pump at the moment. Here we go. 2 hour is going to print bullish divergence now. Finally, let's take a look at our 4 hour here for pump. You can see big reversal on the way for pump. And now, look, again, what are the options here? Looking at this thing, we've got a big wick. Okay, so I don't want to say this thing can't come back down. I would say look out all the way to 36 as a possible drop. And then if this thing does pump a little bit higher, guys, keep it simple. You know, you want to be out of this thing if it starts running 41.80, somewhere around there, maybe 41.4, somewhere there. That is possibly a rejection zone if we start pumping a little bit back up. Okay, but we are expecting some kind of reversal at some point. That flush was disgusting. If they do drop it, I'm expecting this wick, at least a portion of the wick, to get filled, and then some kind of bounce there on that guy. Okay, and have we covered virtual? Did we cover this virtual? There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, here's virtual for you in the bounce zone. Okay, we covered this one on Chart Hackers this morning. Dropped that in there. 2 hour potential bounce zone. This zone is now pinged. It's a 786. It's an order block. We are under the 200-day MA. I'm a little bit concerned about that, but for all intents and purposes, this is a bounce zone. Okay, so order block 786. Horizontal here, looking for some kind of bounce here on this virtual. You can see that 2 hour is giving us something here at the moment. So if you are looking for a position here, I'd ideally want to see this thing dip a little bit more now after that pump, because the exit plan is about a 4% risk at the moment. Okay, so if you are playing this thing, play small size here. Let me just take that order block away so you can see what's going on. And this risk zone was about 4%. So remember that anyone trading leverage, if you are on 10x and you've got a 4% risk, that's a 40% risk of your capital. So look out in that area here. This thing can obviously bleed back a little bit before it bounces again. So just protect yourself. Again, don't ape into everything here, but we could get some kind of double bottom, some kind of dip back. So 135 would be the ideal area for me, and it does look like something's on the table potentially on virtual. And then in terms of a backup zone, I did drop this in the 𝗏𝗏𝗃's Discord earlier today. Backup zone or backup plan for virtual, if things roll over, this is your 4-hour reversal zone lower down. This is 1.2 is what you're looking at, down to 1.18. And that is the area where, if the market keeps dropping, I'm expecting some kind of reversal on the 4-hour. You can see the 4-hour hasn't reset yet. So there's a strong possibility that even if they do give us a little bounce here, they drop that down into that 4-hour before we get the next move. Okay, so these charts will be in the 𝗏𝗏𝗃's Discord for you guys. Now, I want to show you something fun in terms of well, ZK we know about. Now, this gravity exchange that we've been trading on, and especially on the Banter Royale, is built on ZK Sync, believe it or not. And I've been playing some games with this. Now, remember, you guys saw us trading the Banter Royale, and I was complaining when I market bought that it bought me too high or too low when I try to sell. So I actually used that to my advantage today, and I set like quite a low order on 𝗫. Look at this 𝗫. I set a random order on 𝗫, and I thought, well, it's a limit buy order, and anybody who comes and hits market when this thing's falling over, it's going to come and grab my order. So there's a little hack for you guys on gravity. That is the absolute pico bottom of 𝗫. Okay, you can't get more bottom than that. So that is a little trick that you guys can play on gravity. And why am I trading on gravity? Well, number one, it's a DEX, but you guys have heard the guys that farmed on Hyperliquid did so well with airdrops and making tons of cash. The guys on Lighter did so well with airdrops making tons of cash. So gravity is an option here for us. So if you want to trade on gravity and you want to farm and you want to earn points and be partake in that airdrop, go to the show description here, grab gravity, and then come and trade with me and do some farming here. And I'm literally farming the shit out of this stuff, yeah? And you can see I got hype at 30. What was my order on hype? 39 on the button. I had a limit order waiting there. We got 𝗫 at 1.84. And 𝗨, I mean, how can 𝗨 be underwater? I mean, at 169. Did 𝗨 hit 169? Did it? Holy shit. Oh, it went even lower than that. Okay, it went 164. Okay. Hacker Royale is coming soon, so it's coming very, very soon. Okay, guys, let's go shitcoin casino. There goes ZK. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like the bounce. Okay, nice. PMG George Anderson 9476. Okay, guys, anything I'm talking about here today, just a reminder, everything I cover here is actually in the show description. You go onto the show. Wait, you go into live. Okay, there it is. You go under the show. And then you're going to go and you're going to click on more, and you're going to find everything I talk about there. Okay, my accelerator course, the 𝗏𝗏𝗃's Discord, the indicator sets are there as well. Remember, if you're a 𝗏𝗏𝗃's member, buy the indicators with the link in Chart Hackers. Don't buy the link outside because it's more expensive. Okay, there's all the exchanges that I trade on. There's gravity if you guys want to do some farming there with us. Okay, let's go shitcoin casino quickly. Here's Aero. Okay, it's in the zone. Fuck. On the trend. Okay, so guys, if you want to play Aero, possible bounce incoming here, 87 down to 84. Your exit plan is close under 84. Close under 84 is your exit plan. I was saying earlier today, both of these are decent bounce zones here for Aero. Look at that, chopped around and then dropped that thing. Okay, so close under 84 is your Aero exit plan here. Upside, guys, like it's difficult to call exactly, but what I would say is take fibs from the highs, drop them to the lows, and pull out your 236 and your 382. That's going to be your safest exit plan there. So 91, 95. I wouldn't look for much more than that. 91, 95 there. In terms of shorts, let's talk XRP. So I closed half of that thing. Look what it dropped into, that 786 fib. I mean, that's horrific. So now you might find some kind of reversal on this XRP playing out over the next couple of days there. Look at that, heavily oversold 2-hour oscillator. So guys, XRP, your big support is going to be 2.29. What could possibly happen here? Well, looking at this current situation, maybe a push higher, then they drop it down, and then some kind of move like that, I think looks realistic to me as in terms of XRP. In terms of fresh shorts, I'm going to wait. I want it to develop a little bit. I want to see it come for that VWAP. We'll figure it out. Okay, I can guarantee you one thing. We will be shorting XRP again, okay, on the next decent market move. Watch the space. We'll make sure James takes it with us. And look at him. There's so much joy when you talk about shorting XRP. Look how excited he gets.
Hey, it's a chart. Nice. It's a chart. Let's trade it.
I guarantee you we're going to short XRP again. So hang in there. BCH short. I'm completely out of this thing. It's dropped into the 200-day MA. So I'm done here, guys. Fresh short loading. I'll tell you when. We'll map it out. We'll keep you covered. 𝗬𝗰 absolutely rinsed me. And now 2.02. That's your main support on 𝗬𝗰, guys. If there is a push to the upside on 𝗬𝗰, keep it very simple there. 2.2. That is your exit zone. So if we do start popping on 𝗬𝗰, pretty much exit plan there, 202. And we'll obviously figure out if the market rips harder than that. I'll give you some more short areas there on that guy. Link, guys, we need to watch this thing. I don't like that it closed under that zone. I'm hanging on for dear life on Link at the moment. And Chaos, final setup for you was Squid. Was that me talking twice to myself? Are you there?
No, I said Squid too.
Oh. Okay, show me.
Okay, so they've had this all day in hackers, got this earlier. I think people were worried that the train was going to leave the station earlier. It's not, guys. They're coming for us. This move alone, just from this order block back up to this order block and the 100-day and the 50-day, this is a 90% move, guys. You throw this on a 5x, you are absolutely going to be raking it in. So I've actually given the full setup in hackers for SQD, but for me, the entry is at the bottom of the discount zone, above the order block, around about 0.069. And you're looking to take profit up here at 13. I mean, this is a trade and a half, Dylan. It's going to be awesome. Notwithstanding
0.069.
Yeah.
I want to set this entry now. 0.0694.
I've been waiting for this all day. Everyone was like, oh, it's gone. Hasn't gone, guys. There's still money flowing out of this thing.
0.0694. Is that
0.694. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've locked that one in. Is render dead? That is the eternal question, sir. James, is render dead?
Perhaps. It's not looking great.
No one's buying it at the moment, isn't it? It's messy. Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap this up here. You've got entries, you got bounce zones, you got exit plans here on these altcoins. You know the plan on BTC. You know the narratives. You know what we're looking at here. To 𝗬𝗏, virtuals, pump, hype, Zcash, some of these privacy guys. Things are looking good from the narrative perspective. It's looking like dog shit out there in the market. Okay, James, anything you'd like to say?
Good luck, everyone. I hope this green shirt works out for all of us.
It better. Chaos, anything you'd like to say?
Let's go.
Okay, guys, good luck. I'm back tomorrow, same time, same place. Catch you later.